The following is a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio.
Hope you've enjoyed Mission Minded, which will be on 101.1 The Truth coming up soon, the biggest stick in the state of Alabama. Super excited about that, 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, along with my good friend Mike Coleman, CEO of the Heart of Alabama Food Bank. I'm Tony Kurre. You know, you work for a multi-million-dollar company, non-for-profit, and through that you have a lot of resources. And I know you're a yes guy in the good sense of the word.
Yeah.
You're not a no person. I know you're always willing to think outside the box, and that's what I love, and that's why I want to do a show with you. I love where your brain goes, but that certainly plays with the Heart of Alabama Food Bank. And recently, you've had some resources to do some interesting things, to say yes to something.
Yeah. So one of the things that I love is I want to be a yes guy, like you said. I know we think of but because there's being
Yeah,
yes men.
yeah,
But if somebody is trying to genuinely solve a problem, I don't care who it is, I want to say yes to it. Like, what can I do to be a part of something positive, even if I have to bend and flex and use resources that I have? So the head of psychiatry here in Montgomery, who's actually works for UAB, Dr. Will Rutland, contacted me months ago about a study. There's been some preliminary proof that people with bipolar disorder who are on keto diets don't need medication.
oh,
That it really affects them, and they're trying to understand. So he got some grant money to do a study, and it's really interesting. And you think, well, how's the food bank get involved? But what they're trying to do is they're trying to say they're dealing with a bigger health issue, which is a lot of people in our society don't have insurance or don't have access to the services. So what could they do something within themselves to be able to address some issues if they couldn't get access to medicine or psychiatric care or whatever? And so that's what they're doing the test study on. What the amount of money he was given, because the idea is he could have a maximum of 100 people in the study. There's four different arms. So we would have to provide 50 up to 50 people with keto meals for a period of 6 months. And the cost just gets
sure, yeah,
outrageous. But he came to us and said, well, inside of the food banking network, so there's a food bank up in Indiana, and they have Gleaners, and they have a Fresh Connect kind of business that they've started. So we're going to be purchasing a lot of stuff from them, but they're doing some stuff that we don't have. But we have some things that we can donate to this project. And it was really cool seeing all of us on the Zoom working through things together to say, hey, this is because if this shows even on a smaller level, if this can show it can work, we can really solve. We're showing how diet affects mental health conditions, and instead of treating it always with pharmaceuticals, we're delving into how nutrition and all that helps. And so I feel like, yes, we are meeting emergency needs, but we're also willing to step into some places and make an impact. And it's such a privilege, it's such a blessing. Yes, it's more work. Yes, we're going to have to come up with some different processes. We got to build a framework, all that kind of stuff. But it's so funny because last year when we built our food as medicine program to be able to deliver food to cancer patients directly to their home who were food insecure, we've already built that network. Well, the whole challenge was, how do we get meals to up to 50 people on weekly, we would need to be able to get the food, because Gleaners will send it to us. We'll store it here and house it and supplement it. But it's got to get into the hands. Well, instead of having 50 families drive from several counties around to the food bank, we can put them inside of the network. And it requires a little bit of effort. It requires some planning. It requires some resources. But that's part of how you market yourself in a community where you show, look, we're always willing to say, show us where we can impact those in need and make a difference in their lives, and we're there. That's what we're
That's
about, and so we're really excited. It's a really cool idea, and I hope in the end they're able to advance this cause and be able to get more funding for even a larger project based on the impact that we're all collectively going to be able to have.
that is super cool. And that is Bite by Bite. Thank you, my friend.
Enjoyed it.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio.